Okay, I've noticed something. Guys that pose like this, doesn't have to be thumbs up, but just in photos, smiling in photos, belong with girls who pose like this. Like kissy face girls. It's just the best combo. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. I'm right.
Welcome back to Male Choices, fellas. In this episode, we're breaking down the cold truth behind women who regret divorcing their husbands for a life they thought would be better. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more eye-opening content. Let's jump right in.
The new studies now show that women cheat more than men.
The current
50% of married women have a backup guy. Here's the thing, guys.
Sure.
We teach guys to mitigate risk. When men get in relationships with women, they take on far more risk than a woman does. We live in a world now where if you get married to a girl, she can clean you out, take you on alimony, child support, you lose the marital home, etc. Guys take way more risk when they get in long-term relationships with women. So I tell guys, we live in a society where women are encouraged to be hoes, to be promiscuous, to exercise their options, to go ahead and get the best guy that they can get, to date multiple men at the same time. They're encouraged to have all these bad habits that are not conducive to good long-term relationships. So the only way that you can combat this through feminism and everything else that's going on in the modern day world is you need to be very strong in your principle and very strong in your frame. When a girl's with a man that she loves, admires, and respects and knows that this guy will leave her if she does some stuff like that, that in itself is the power where the girl's not going to say, okay, I want to go to the club, whatever, because she knows better. She knows I'm with a winner. I don't want to put myself in a situation where I can effectively be single by going out to the club with this guy. You need your girl to be more scared of losing you than you are of losing her. And that's where I want guys to be. I want them to be in a situation where the girl likes them more than they like the girl. And I know that sounds evil, but the reason why is because that's the only way you're going to combat the amount of options that women have, the bad habits that modern day women have and practice with the, dating multiple guys, being promiscuous, etc. You need to have the girl like you more than you like her, because that puts you in an authority role, a leadership role, makes you the dominant in the relationship, and it will have her be loyal to you.
Respect.
Because quite frankly, the only thing that the main thing that men care about when it comes to women is loyalty.
Yeah.
That's really what we care about. Women, on the other hand, tall, money, charismatic, charming, confidence, does he dress well, does he smell well? Men, all we want, be pretty, be loyal.
And she might like you, but does she respect you? That's huge, bro.
I completely agree. And let me add something called the choice trap. Here's how it works. Before social media, women would usually date someone from their community, school, family, friends, or maybe a traveller passing through. But now, with all these apps, women have a constant flood of new suitors. They've got way too many options, which leads them into the choice trap. Instead of choosing a man who shares their values, they go for someone who just checks off some artificial boxes, usually based on looks or status. That's why you see women jumping from one guy to another, sometimes juggling several at the same time, because they don't want to settle. And for men, this means we're in constant competition, not just with the guy from your city, but with some dude across the country or even the world. That's why as a man you can't just be an option, you've got to be a necessity. Master your masculinity. Put yourself in a position where you're the one choosing. Work on yourself so much that you only accept a woman who respects you, who aligns with your values and principles. Don't settle for a woman who acts like she's doing you a favor just by being there. Choose a woman who invests in you, who works to stay in your life, and who knows that if she doesn't take care of you, someone else will. That's how you build loyalty and respect.
And what do you think the difference is between that? What would you call respect?
Because when you have boundaries, she follows them.
Bam.
She likes you, she'll do whatever she wants. That right there tells you how she really cares about you. And that, guys, for most guys, is like, you know what? She likes me. She doesn't respect me.
Yeah.
That goes along.
And here's the other thing, too.
Sure.
The reality is, and this is why our podcast is so popular nowadays, most guys don't have the balls to tell their girl, hey, I don't commit to girls that like to go to the club. I don't commit to girls that like to go on girls' trips, etc. Most guys are happy with whatever they can get.
Yeah.
So they'll tolerate disrespect. They'll tolerate bad behavior. They'll tolerate crass attitude, disrespect in front of their friends, getting cursed out, even attacked sometimes, because the need for getting laid is that strong where they'll tolerate female bad behavior all the time. So I tell guys, you need to be on point and not tolerate that bad behavior because it will make your life miserable.
Yeah. What
You need
bad
that
behavior
respect.
do you see on the men's side?
Being bums and losers. And
No.
not having frame, not being an authority in the relationship, and not being willing to tell women what you like and what you don't like, because most guys would prefer their girl not to be in the club. However, they can't tell her that because their sexual market value isn't high enough to dictate those terms. So they can't tell a girl anything because they got the girl by the skin of their teeth. So how are you going to tell her, hey, I don't commit to girls that go to the club? You should be lucky I'm here, and that's the problem.
And if you're a guy, right, that doesn't want to succeed in life, become better, you're selfish. Because once again, let's say we want to get a family, right? you're not your best version of yourself, that means you're gonna suffer. So I want to say, honestly speaking, like if you're a guy that wants to succeed in life, you need to improve. Most guys, what do they want to do? Play video games, smoke weed, relax, and that leads to what? Nothing. So it's just sad, man. It's really sad.
Yeah. So I think guys really need to be willing to have boundaries and enforce them. And a lot of guys don't have boundaries, and worse yet, they don't enforce them.
I agree. I think boundaries is important, and I
Yeah.
think obviously enforcing boundaries is important, because what would a boundary be if it wasn't enforced?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think like, look, providing that, not an ultimatum.
Oh, the club exam.
Yeah, I think
Keep
if
going
you
back to
go
club
if you
exam.
go to the beginning of the relationship and you establish the boundaries and you set precedent and everything, I think that's lovely. I think anyone can do whatever
That's how you gotta do
they
it.
want. Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's not like you're gonna drop this on her a year later and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you can't go to the club." No, she knows when she first meets you what type of guy you are. Because here's the thing, guys: women know what kind of guys they could play with and what guys they can't play with.
Facts.
Okay, they size you up when they meet you. Oh, this guy's kind of a pushover. I could get away with this. Oh, this guy I can't get away with this. He's gonna leave me. You need to be that guy that's the latter. If I do some BS, he's going to leave me. Because as a man, that's your only power in 2023. Women have all the leverage when it comes to dating nowadays, but they still want relationships. They still want to be with that guy. You need to become that guy and let them know this relationship is contingent upon your behavior. I will not tolerate BS from you. And if you do, I will go ahead and replace you with another girl.
Right on point, brothers. You ever hear the saying, you're not with who you want, but with who you think you deserve? That couldn't be more true. So many men out here are stuck with women who don't respect them, don't admire them, and don't treat them with the love or care they deserve. But they stay. They stay in these toxic relationships for years, sacrificing their peace, their happiness, all because they don't think they deserve better, or they're just sticking around for the intimacy. They put up with disrespect, mistreatment, and when she finally leaves them, because let's be real, she usually does, they're left with their heads messed up, wondering why they stayed so long. That's why I always say, your top priority should be yourself. No man in history got anywhere by putting others first. A man has to focus on himself, his physique, his finances, building assets, demanding respect, and living by his own values and principles. When you become that man, women notice. They see a leader, someone they can trust, someone who can guide them when they're unsure. Women love a strong man who follows through on his word, a man who tells them straight when they're out of line, a man who goes after what he wants without hesitation. So, brothers, learn to love yourself. Make yourself the priority. If you don't, you're just setting yourself up for suffering. Women can smell weakness a mile away. If she knows you're the type of guy who won't stand up for yourself, she'll test you, push you, and walk all over you because she knows you'll never leave, and you'll always forgive.
Why did you cheat on me?
I was ovulating. You don't know women. You haven't grown up with women. My body, I was just listening to my body. We are chemically created. I have this chemical thing in me where I have to reproduce. My body, I was just listening to my body, you know? I was at the club, there was a man there, cute, a couple drinks in. I was like, my body was like, reproduce.
What are you talking? So you're blaming science for you cheating on me?
Yes, I had no control.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't have to go home with him.
You obviously don't understand what it's like being a woman. Like, my body is chemically built so that I have to reproduce, and I was just listening to my body while I was ovulating. My body was screaming.
All right, well,
my eggs were like, let me intertwine with his sperm.
All right, fine. I cheated on you too.
You know how it works. What?
I cheated on you too then.
What the fuck? Your body's not built the same way. You're an asshole.
Okay, I didn't
Fuck
cheat on you. I
you.
just wanted to see how you like it. It fucking sucks.
Men suck. You guys are the worst.
Can you imagine the absurdity of a woman justifying her infidelity by talking about biology? The modern woman, brother, is anything but loyal these days. In fact, women are cheating more than men, and for the most ridiculous reasons, seeking attention or simply out of boredom. Picture a man trying to pull that same excuse, saying he's unfaithful because men are wired to seek out multiple partners. The thing is, a man can do his thing without getting emotionally attached, but a woman? She disconnects from her man the moment she wants to cheat. That's why the first red flag is always when she stops being intimate with her husband. And guess what? The number of divorces due to female infidelity is skyrocketing. 3 out of 10 divorces filed by men are because their wives cheated. A man rarely leaves his woman, even if he's messing around on the side. But when he's ready to walk out, it's because she betrayed him. That's the biggest reason men are abandoning marriage nowadays.
My ex-boyfriend of 6 years. Love him. Really good guy. The last year of our relationship, I started cheating on him with a guy in LA. And that guy was the one who told me, break with your boyfriend, move to LA.
Was he cheating on you too, or
He's a good boy.
why did you cheat on your 6-year relationship?
I was so bored and so young, and just like, when you're that young, it's like you don't know what you want in life. And like in the moment, it seems like a good setup and you think you're happy and content. And then you reach like 2021 and you're like, oh fuck, like I have a lot of life to live. And like I didn't want to stay in Nevada. And then I met this guy who was like my dream guy, who was like so fucking hot. And like my ex-boyfriend of 6 years, he stopped having sex. Like I wasn't sexually attracted to him. It was just like we were so comfortable and like family and like roommates at that point. But like just there was no sexual romantic aspect to it. So then I met that guy, and
All women have that backup guy stashed away in the closet. The typical dude who's charming her through social media, catching her interest while she's still in a relationship. Sometimes it's a simp stuck in the friend zone, and sometimes it's a Chad she's got her eye on. And believe me, she won't just sit around wanting him. Eventually she'll make a move. Look at this guy who got played. 6 years in a relationship, and she was cheating the whole time, saying it with a smile. He's a good guy, and it's women like this who mentally destroy a man, ruining him by keeping him as the backup while they plan their future with someone else, be it a Chad or a simp who's still adoring her. Why do you think modern relationships don't work, especially in cities like LA, New York, or Florida? Because women, even when in a relationship, are always hunting for a better deal. That's why you always see those viral gold digger videos from these places. Married women still hopping into another guy's car without a second thought. I've seen videos where they're outright asked to go to a hotel and they say yes, like it's nothing. So tell me, how can we have any faith in women when they're all out here lying?
The one and only reason why this chick is bawling her eyes out, homie, is because she is sorry that she got caught. You gotta understand, homie, when these chicks get dug the fuck up behind your back and you catch them, that is the number one thing they did not want to happen. They're gonna sit there going, I love you. They don't love you, G. They don't love you. You need to learn to pack your shit and go. You guys gotta understand the power of being able to walk away. Power of being, oh, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, like, have a good rest of your life. It's going bad for the motherfucker. I'm telling you, they won't know how to react. No reaction is the best reaction. You gotta be colder than that. Alright, cool. Alright, yeah. I genuinely was planning on leaving you anyway, so it's alright. You know what I mean? Like, just cold little shit. Like, why is he able to leave so fast? Why does he not fight for me? I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. That is the best mentality you ever have in your life. Towards every situation. You gotta be stronger than that, homie. Your mindset is everything. You need to focus on just building yourself. You know what I mean? Mentally, physically. Elevation, homie. You know what I mean? Just focus on improving your life in every single fucking way. Climbing up that goddamn ladder to success.
Brothers, listen up. Never ask a girl who cheated on you for her reasons. You already know what happened. You've seen the result. Asking why is just a way of holding on. And that's the worst thing you can do for yourself. Once trust is broken, it's done. There's no fixing it. So what should you do when you find out she's cheated? Simple. Stay cold. Don't say a word, just leave. Disappear from her life like she never existed. Block her, cut all ties, and don't give her the satisfaction of knowing she got under your skin. If she's your wife, handle it with dignity. Call her family to collect her things, lawyer up, and let the legal system handle the communication. Trust me, she won't know how to react. The shock of you walking away without a fight will hit her harder than anything else. Women have bigger egos than men, and nothing destroys that ego more than indifference. I know it hurts. I know it feels like your world is crumbling. If you need to cry, do it in private. Talk to a friend, see a therapist, take a trip, whatever you need to heal. But don't go back to her. Focus on your growth. Hit the gym, work on your finances, prepare for whatever comes next, especially if there are kids involved. She'll come crawling back begging for another chance, but you owe it to yourself to stay strong. Cutting her off without a word. That's how you give back double the pain she caused. Trust me, she'll be thinking about it for years. Remember, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. Stay indifferent, stay strong, and walk away.